With 11 days left of Christmas, we bought ourselves to drink Barrell Bourbon Finished in an Armagnac.
Dizzy.
Oh, I nailed that one with the jingle. You got to do that every time.
All right, let's do that.
yeah. You'll be like, whoop, going down. So kind of excited to do this. We got a couple of Armagnac finishes coming up anyways in this. And I remember the Old Elk. That was my favorite. I want to say that's the one that actually won for me when we did the Battle of the Old Elks back a million years ago.
That was a while ago.
A long time ago. But let's get into particulars on this one. So I'm kind of curious to see where this one is. This one comes in at a 113 proof. I'll skip the years because there's a bunch of them afterwards. We got it for $71.99. Now, this is a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys because that's what Barrell always does. It's bottled by Barrell Craft Spirits out of Louisville, Kentucky. And they have full disclosure, which is the best part of what Barrell does. So this is a 10-year Kentucky whiskey. It's a 7, 8, 11, and 12-year Indiana whiskey. It's a 9, 13, 14, and 15-year Tennessee whiskey. The average mash bill is what they assume to be 78% corn, 18% rye, and 4% malted barley.
All right.
So, if you are one of those people that like disclosure on what you're drinking, because some people are super sticklers to that, and I get it. I do. They want to know. These are the people that do it the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. Rumford, Rhode Island does a good job on theirs too, but these guys will break it down. Did I miss it again? I don't know. Just a little. I don't know. I think it's that last little bloop at the end that does it every time. But so we'll see. We have had a few Armagnac finishes in the past, and I was kind of curious to see. I think it's you, or maybe it's me. I don't know. Could be me.
I don't know what the D is. Mass D.
I don't know. You don't have glasses on. You can't see anything. That would be B.
So Burlington.
Yep. So
your chicken scratch.
Did you try to write inside something that's bubbled while you're writing?
I do.
I used to just do the star and stuff like that, but I've been putting B down because he has gone. So we got this in Burlington Wine and Spirits, and again, if you have not bought anything from them, they're actually they have some banging store picks out there also. Mm-hmm. But I kind of wanted to do this one next. It's actually a good one to follow up because we just did one of the rare characters yesterday that it was $100 for 104 proof, and I just wanted to see where this one landed because Barrell. Don't get me wrong. We've seen Barrell behind glass for way more money. Don't buy those. But when you can find something, you know what I mean, like this.
You got the money.
Yeah, buy them if you want. Right, exactly. I'm not recommending that. But if you could find something like this at the $71, they put out a lot of good stuff usually.
And on average for us, they don't. Well, like you said, certain stores and not even certain stores. Some of them are up in glass and they're well over up in the threes, but. A lot of times the stores we travel there anywhere like 70 to 110 somewhere.
Sorry, somebody's banging under the table at me. So I wanted to say nose wise compared to yesterday. I'm sorry if you just scraped the microphone. It was relatively insignificant on the nose, but 100%. Flavor wise was way better when I just hit it on the palate. I only had the one sip because someone was licking my leg on the
head. It was agreed on both of them.
Yeah, okay.
The nose. That's why I took a quicker sip because I was like, I'm getting nothing.
No. So on the nose, it was hardly coming out of the glass. And actually, it's still hardly coming out of the glass. But in its defense, yesterday's was screaming that maple syrup. That was like one of the thickest noses in a while.
It was. And it was actually... It
compiled on itself, too. In the beginning, it was good, but it just kept getting better as it went along. So we got to give this one a little time. But, man...
It's not growing in time.
Not the nose, but
the flavor.
That one little sip, because I wasn't sure how much 113 was going to hit me, is still in my mouth.
It does. Hang time's here, and the nose is starting to come into like a little caramel-esque, but it's not. It's got a good flavor, though.
No, I hear you. I'm trying to. So this is one of them whiskeys that, and sometimes it happens every once in a while where the nose does not translate into the palate. Like the nose It's kind of like when we do a lot of the bookers where we're like, I don't smell anything, and then, but you drink it and you're like, wow, that's way better than the nose. This is way better palate wise. So I just switched that all around, and yeah, everything it touches, but it's not okay. It's 113. It's not hot to me, but the flavor
it actually sits easier in my throat than yesterday. I was
gonna say, in my mouth, it's nothing. I'm getting a nice hug.
Yeah, but not yesterday's was for 104 actually.
Gave a hug also.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. That one I think was more oily, like it had a better viscosity. It was a little bit
too. It's
probably
even darker. Again,
it was a little bit thicker. Yeah, can you see that little guy flying around us? Get that guy. But
the nose still is. Yes, I agree. Yeah. I like typically, when we do a book is in a blind. Finally, when we come back after a break and come back and then go back and then for the final one, it's like, oh, we actually have a nose now. But this is probably going to be close to that category. What?
Not to mention, too, we just cracked the bottle, too. So you got to give this a minute. I bet when we do a second pour. No, I understand that. But it got better after we poured a little bit more in. It got thicker in the glass. Palate-wise, though, it is no slouch whatsoever.
This was,
total difference in flavor.
Yeah, 100%.
I almost get like
in the middle.
I didn't get any. Now I was just gonna say I get a little fruit at the end with the oak. Because I get like a little bit of an oaky presence, but there's like a.
It's not as sweet in the front, but it has like a little light nut into like an oak drizzle for me.
Let me go back.
I'm not getting.
I don't know. This is the funny part about the way we do reviews. Because sometimes we say, I'm looking at what's in the bottle. It makes it easy. I'm thinking in my head, would I say it's finished? And I think I would lean towards it, but I don't. I'm looking at it, so it's easy to say. I don't know if I would guess.
I'm thinking no.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's enough of that.
I'm looking at it, and I still almost thinking no, and I wouldn't think there'd be this many blends in there either. For years.
One thing I will say about these guys, much like I say every time I drink any of the Penelope and everything, they always drink for something that you're mixing. Because I've been doing it lately because I know making like my own little infinity blends and mixing things just to see where it comes out with. These guys have it down. They say they're blending masters, and they are blending. I got one little gnat that keeps trying to go in my eyeballs, and they are 100% on that. They are blending masters. They actually what they do is genius. They mix all of these barrels. I just read them all off to you what it is, but there's nothing fighting with each other. This is just everything is good. Like but it drinks the word everyone hates, smooth. It drinks with a refinement and it drinks with a flavor. You know what I mean? So it's not. Go ahead.
No, so I'm just doing a little math. So that's 9 different barrels. Not even, I'm sure they bought not more than 9. To make this, it's 9 different barrels that they had to come across and mix and match and.
You probably had 100. But they had like 7 year, 8 year, like they did.
Now that you see what they're doing, I can understand why it'd be a little pricier because they're mixing 9 barrels to get this one bottle.
They got to buy them. First of all, right? No, right. When you look at it, and so they're buying from Kentucky, they're buying from Indiana, they're buying from Tennessee. So you got to buy it, and then you got to blend them all together to make them taste good because they might not exactly. So I mean, kudos to them, really. No, when it comes something like that,
the light bulbs just kind of hit me heavier on. Now I understand why some of these are up there in price because it's not just their one barrel or their one, or they bought 50 barrels of one, and then they did their own tweak to it. No, they're buying all 9 different barrels
and tweaking different distilleries.
9 probably times 100. So 900 barrels. To get this many out because they don't just sell to one area.
No.
So they're dispersed. So.
And you got to figure the fun part is in my head when I see Tennessee, that screams Dickel, and Dickel hurts people sometimes. So those that hate Dickel, leave a comment down below. I don't get the vitamin in this. There was a bounty of flavor in this.
There is. The nose is coming around.
And again, so that's why I said, let it sit. I'm going to do a little bit of a second pour just to give a little bit more of that little thing. This is in the equation that brings me. The only thing that hurts this is because of like the proof is down compared to the Elijah and the Larceny, but it has that flavor profile. I'm getting a nice oaky presence, There's not a fruit in the front. There's not a caramel. The only thing I'm missing is I'm not getting the Armagnac, that heavy presence that's I get in some of the other ones.
And it's not a crazy ride.
Or is that what smoothed it all out?
And that could be because
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, right, exactly. Is that what mellowed it all out, which took away the elbows? I don't know. It is very good though.
No,
I will say that
it is that too.
We have other ones that are coming up. Or what did we just do? But that was finished in Armagnac, sherry, cognac. Remember we just did a cigar blend from a couple days ago. That was really good too, though. I think it's around the same proof. That might not be a bad thing, Tom. Look into that. Future Tom will write that down, hopefully, and then we might be able to do that next year on that. But man, I don't know where to go.
This is not a bad grab though.
You know,
$72. I wouldn't be disappointed.
We might have to change next year just for fun. We'll see. It makes it so much harder. We do so many blinds where we don't know the price, we don't know the proof, we don't know anything. We just doing it totally blind, which makes us look like idiots or heroes. It depends. Usually idiots, but it's just if we factored in price though. $71 for, look at the years. There's 15, 14, 13, 12
the
year,
lowest
11
is 7.
year. It is a minimum of 7 years because that is the lowest barrel that they put in there. But even at that, it's still $71.99, which is your $10 a year. It hits the equation. But there are some big years in that. So to me,
it might be eye drops, but I'm sure.
I doubt
I'm sure
it.
it's
I highly doubt it. Yeah.
I was just being a pun on being Johnny Smart, a selfie. But no, okay.
I don't think they would have put that many. They wouldn't have listed all that if they put in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? No. Yes, there are some people that say there's 22 years in this, and they literally pour it in a thimbleful, and they're like, it's in there. You can't say it isn't.
Into 45 barrels.
Yeah, exactly. But again, it's totally different than yesterday's. But I am still like, I would happily buy this again. At this price, this proof, and again, we don't usually factor in price, but you know what? Nose is the only thing it's lacking, but I'm still
It's coming around.
It is. It is. It took a while to get in. And again, I'm waiting to see if I can get any of the Armagnac thing, but
I would be the A- again here with you. So it is tasty and it's a good price.
For fun, and it's a memory test because it's a day ago. Whoa. Which one did you like better, though?
They're totally
I think
unique.
This one's bringing me a little bit. The other one was all maple syrup.
Yep.
Concentrated and heavy and delicious. But this one, I think, has and it doesn't have a big ride. That's the only thing I
do get a little bit of a light nut in the middle, though, into a light oak finish. And all I got was maple syrup.
Yeah.
And
I don't.
And with the proof and everything, I think I would lean towards this one.
Mm-hmm.
Just for those factors, and
it's
the age
cheaper.
Statement.
It's drinking as significant.
That was
it's drinking as significant as that one, but
the hang time's there.
Without that monotone flavor, it actually brings a little bit more variety to. I agree. I think I like this one a little bit better. I do. As just a direct comparison, but again, we'd have to put that in a blind. It's hard to do off.
But
of
even
a day
still,
ago.
On that, we could go back. I would almost say A- for yesterday and an A for today.
You know what? They're equally as good. One will just beat another in a blind, but they are equally. They were both good. This is a better value. See, and that's where if we factored in price, that would change a lot of our scoring because
because the nose smoked it. Yesterday's nose smoked this.
But that's about the all at one because the finish is about the same.
You might be right that yesterday's might be thicker.
It was thicker and it coated, but this one coats too.
It does. In a
so
different way.
Flavor
too.
profile, this has a different flavor by far because it has more multiple flavors. And finish it almost it's similar. You'd have to do them back to back to find out exactly which one hung longer. But they're close in that end. The only thing it beats it on is that nose was more significant.
But this ride is better.
I agree.
There's a couple flavors in here. Versus
that's why I said the flavor is better in this one.
Yeah, so and again, we don't drink what I know, so it's
it's
back to
it is It didn't win all three, but I would give the edge, I think.
I did.
this
I
one,
did give the edge to this
Yep.
one. I'm with you 100%.
Yeah.
This is it's a buy if you've seen it. I would
$71.99. This
give it a
is
try.
definitely worthy of a grab. If they do, and again, some of these we found behind glass at like 150 and up. So
and up.
That I'm starting at that.
I have seen
we didn't buy Barrell for the
300.
longest time. That's what I'm saying. We didn't buy them for the longest time because they were behind glass, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Just not doing that. Finally, we found some stores that are selling them at a legitimate price, and that's why we pumped out a bunch of them because we finally found them.
We were when we first started. Obviously, we were at the 25 and
no. But when I started looking at them, I'm like, I'm not paying that. It's just not going to happen. I didn't think I'd ever get to them, but we have found stores that are selling them at legitimate prices. If you could find this is a solid whiskey for $71.99. As you like to say for your vacation whiskey, you wouldn't be disappointed drinking this all week. You know what I'm saying?
No,
this is
nothing
super
worse
good
than buying
a
$75 bourbon or whiskey that you're like, oh, I've never had it. I'm hoping this is going to be good, and it's just okay.
Yeah. And again, we can always go back to
it's like
would Jack Daniels at 65 beat it? Sure.
I mean, you can get them.
It would, but you can't always find them. In fact, I don't even think we paid 65 for the last time.
I get it, but if you're on vacation, you want to kind of try to find something. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
I've never seen this. Let me try that. Oh, although, son of a bitch.
I don't know. I always wonder, and you can leave a comment down below. I'd be curious what you guys actually think of this. I was literally buy a bottle, drink a bottle, buy a bottle, drink, and then I buy a handle because I was cheap, and I wouldn't want to spend more than $14. So that's my journey. One of you guys had stumbled on the first one I did with the 10 high bottle just to see if I was even going to do this, and my son convinced me to do the channel. So you can thank him if you actually enjoy what you're watching. But and again, we started a handful of years ago, and this is what we become. But like now, I am so I can't wait for that one to come out where like when you get like the single barrel proof for $65, that is just win.
Or a great store pick.
Even that, but that seems to win every year when we try it. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm not thinking it's going to be far off.
It'll be funny if this one blows it, and because it can.
No, it can.
You never know.
100%.
So that's why we got to do blinds and to get it done. But again, if you see this, leave a comment down below. I'll be curious if you tried it. Hopefully the Armagnac comes out and brings a little bit more fruit to me.
The nose is coming around.
I so wish we still had the old Elks and stuff because I just remember them being bangers.
And
they were around this proof.
I was going to say.
And price because they were like 85 on an average.
They're still, I don't see them. A lot of stores don't carry them. And if they do, though, they have like the whole line, which is funny because they'll have like 8 of them up there. And I do really like their toppers.
No, I know. They do have great presentation. But you'll have to leave a comment down below. We've done a lot by
close
these.
To the same price. In worst case, if we want to go side by side, we could get it.
No, I understand that. We have a couple with Armagnac in there anyway, so that's kind of why I wanted to throw this one in the top 12, just to see, are we getting more fruit out of one than the other, or is it what is it bringing to the table? That's kind of why I wanted to do it on this. But again, this one's been in the sack for a little while anyway, so I just wanted to get it out. I wanted to see what it did, and again, I'm a solid. Again, don't think it's going to crack a top 10 because we had some bangers again this year, but it's not far off. Like if we did like a 20, I bet it would creep in. You know what I mean? Top 20, we're not. But if we did,
we're not.
I think it would creep in. That's
it's 10 more times to try to figure
something out.
Well,
to try to do that's a lot of blinds in order to get them lists out. So, well, there you go. This is the Barrell Bourbon Cask Finished series, Armagnac. And again, if you've tried this, leave a comment down below. We've had a bunch of the different finished ones. It keeps getting better in a glass. So this is going to be one of these. We're going to come back in 3 weeks, and I'm going to be like, wow, what did we say?
Or even Steve, because
it's funny because sometimes when Steve comes over, he's like, what did you give this for a grade? Oh my God, it's so good. But again,
the nose is coming
when
around.
You're cracking them, they do change. I'm a firm believer of that. You're still skeptical on that, but I do believe they get better.
Obviously, it grows as it's in the glass. So.
Right. So, well, there you go. That's our review. That being said, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more. Cheers.